Galapagos. Wow, stereo.
Live.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah. We are two members of Galapagos. There are others of us, but we are Galapagos for tonight. Really quickly, before we do what we're about to do, we want to let you know that we are a part of, and we've been producing for the past 9 years, the Phoenix Improv Festival. And that will be, that's going to be happening in 2 weeks, April 15th through the 17th at the Herberger Theater. You can find us online at thephoeniximprov.com. And also you can find all of the shows and classes that we teach at thetorchtheater.com. As well as you can vote for various things, including many, many downtown art fun things at the azcentral.com best webpage, where they're taking votes for various things. And we're up for best theater place. What is it? Yeah, best art festival for Phoenix Improv Festival. The Torch Theater as best theater company, and best local performers, Gentlemen's Club, which is one of our groups. So that's what. Now that I've talked a lot, I'm going to get Shane to explain what we're going to do.
Thank you. Hi, I hate microphones. My name's Shane. We're just going to basically take a suggestion from you guys, and from those suggestions, we're just going to tell you a series of stories, Jose and myself. So, to get started, I just need first thing that pops to your mind. Just shout it out. Nothing's wrong. Wait, what was that? Plunger salesman. That is our suggestion. Plunger salesman.
You know what? Why don't we use the microphone like this so it's mobile? Hey, and there's like, I don't know. I don't have specifically something for plunger salesmen. Like we'll get to it. But one of the things. Hey, helicopter. One of the things that I generally am not a big fan of is being vomited on. But like I had a huge crush on a girl that I was hanging out with, and one night we were hanging out and we got really, really super wasted. Well, she did. I was driving, so I was responsible, as we all should be. And I drove her all the way to her place, and just as she was able to, she was just a total mess and totally, almost comatose. And so we got right in front of her place, and I was going to take her upstairs, and that's the exact moment that she vomited, and she vomited all over me. And I was so into this girl though that I was like, you know what, this is cool. It's vomit, and it reminded me, and she's a really good friend. I was way into her at the time, and I think that it triggered that thing that must happen when you're a parent, which I'm not a parent, where you're suddenly you're not averse to crap and vomit. Or any other thing outside of crap. Well, if your kid is doing anything other than crap and vomit, if there's some other fluid that it's spitting up or pooping out, you should probably call the police.
Actually, I got something other than crap and vomit. When I was a lot younger, I worked at a hospital in a trauma center, and there was this medical student that I really had a crush on. She was very, very pretty, and we had this guy who came in, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. He used a hollow point bullet. I know, this makes for hilarious storytelling, but he had a hollow point bullet, so the entrance wound was like that, and the exit wound took off the whole right side of his head. And it was just me and the medical student in the trauma room. We were moving the guy into the body bag, and me being the Casanova that I am was like, all right, this is my moment. So I'm hitting on her, pulling my fucking fast moves, and I'm pulling the body towards me so she can slip the body bag underneath them. And as I do, I'm getting ready to finally ask her out. And just as the words are coming out of my mouth, this guy's brains plop onto my lap. Yeah, no, that was her reaction too. It just went, and I just remember sitting there looking at her in the eyes, and I was like, "You're not going to go out with me now, are you?" And she's like, "No." So I learned a lesson. And back to, which will incorporate this theme many, many times over now that we were given plunger, wasn't that? Plunger salesman. So going back to that idea of when you're a parent, like you will do like anything for your kid and overlook all of the gross, disgusting things that your kid does. So like, I must have been 10. I was like a really sickly kid growing up, and I like had asthma and was allergic to like air. It was just really ridiculous. But this one time I got really, really sick, and like really stomach flu's kind of sick. And so I had to make a mad dash to the bathroom to throw up in the toilet. And like I was vomiting so violently that I like kind of whipped my head forward, and like I threw my glasses off, and they fell into the toilet bowl with the vomit. Which was disgusting, and so I woke up, and this was like late at night, so my mom showed up, and not because she was out carousing around, but she was at home, and was responding to the fact that she could hear me yakking, and to help me out, she thought it would be helpful to like flush the toilet to get rid of the vomit and all that junk. But I was like, right before, as it starts swirling around, I'm like, "Mom, my glasses are in there," and like with her like mighty mom power of totally forgetting and abandoning any kind of fear of vomit or gross things, she like took her hand and grabbed it like as it was about to slip down into the drain. Before I start the story, I love my mom. But when I was a kid, I was riding my bicycle out in the neighborhood like kids do, without a helmet, might I add. And as I was riding my bicycle, I saw a pigeon on the ground, and I was like, "I'm going to run over that pigeon." I was a dick. And so I'm riding as fast as I can, and I go right up to the pigeon, and at the last second, this little fucker flies off, and he flew like right up into my face, freaked me out. I turned my wheel over like this, flew over the handlebars, and landed on my face, and it chipped my tooth. To this day, my tooth is still chipped up on the front. And so I'm crying, I'm bleeding, I've got scrapes all over me, and I go running to my mom for comfort. And I told I was like, "Ah!" She's like, "Oh, what happened, thinking that someone beat me up, because that was very common when I was a child. She's like, what happened? And I was like, "Oh, I tried to run over a pigeon." And my mom just looked at me and seriously said, "Well, God hates you."